Claude's new Cowork plugins are the closest things that I've seen to virtual employees by AI. And you can literally set up one in under 10 minutes. And actually, you don't even need to know how to set it up because Claude sets it up for you. I've been using it only for a week now, and I created over 5 plugins that are already saving me hours and hours every single week. In this video, I want to show you how these plugins work, how you can set them up, where you can get access, some of the things that I built, and how you can use them. So if you pay attention here, plugins basically allow you to bundle any skills, and we already heard of Claude skills, which are really powerful, connectors, /commands, and sub-agents together into Claude. So think of it like skills on steroids. I've used personally a lot of like custom GPTs, custom Geminis, and they're working amazing. Skills are basically something like that, maybe even better, but plugins are like that, but just on steroids, just like next level stuff. Now I do need to give one disclaimer. I have some bad news. I do have some good news as well, but I do have some bad news. So the Cowork and plugins are available for Claude paid users, but good news is that you can have it on $20 a month plan. And another good thing, which is not directly related to this, is that while this is still locked under the paid features, they actually recently released skills and document creation and some other stuff on the free plan. So Claude is still one of the most amazing things, but as far as plugins, they're currently only for paid users. Now keep watching the video if you're not paid user, just to see whether this is even worth your time, because I used to be paid Claude user, but I'm also paying for like Gemini and ChatGPT and GenSpark, and I stopped paying for Claude, right? But then when Cowork came out, when plugins came out, I was like, well, maybe it's worth to come back. I came back a week ago, and honestly, I'm not looking back. Currently, I think Claude is the best LLM out there. And I'm not saying this lightly. I use them all. I love them all. But I think Claude, with these two things particularly, and obviously their models, is the best. Now, to access this, I'm actually here on the desktop. You can see I have downloaded Claude. Now you have your classical chat here. You have Claude Code here. And I started using, and I'm using the most Cowork. And look at this. I already used all of this and built a lot of different ones in the last 7 days, basically. So to give you an idea, just one of the plugins saved me so much time. It built my entire content system where it generates content ideas based on different zoom levels, as I call them, based on different content types, and based on different awareness levels. So literally, I can tell it like, hey, give me ideas for low ticket offers, and it will, out of that one topic, generate like 18 different ideas. It is mind-boggling. And I tried different AIs with this, they weren't working, and the plugin is the only thing that worked super confidently. And again, I was just blown away. Now, another thing that you might like, up until like 2 weeks ago, you couldn't even get Cowork on the Windows, but as of February 10th, you now also have access to Windows. So some more good news if you're a Windows user. I think one of the ways in which plugins actually shine is that they can bundle like multiple skills, multiple sub-agents, have a lot of context, and they work together to give you the best answer. So I mentioned content ideas, that is one thing, but I think the closest thing, if you use the AI for writing content, you know that it just sounds trashy like AI. Well, Claude, with these plugins and with certain skills in my voice, is the closest thing I got to it actually coming up with content that actually sounds quite close like me. Still not there, but like 80% there. I just need like a few small tweaks, and I get it there. That is another. So I made plugin to create content in my voice. I have like news plugin for AI. Actually, I used it today, so let me show you this. So last week I created plugin because I'm deep into AI, and one of the things is like I share AI news that are relevant for business owners that are up to date, which by the way, if you want, you can subscribe because I'm releasing new video every single week and give you not only AI news, but what is relevant for growing your business, right? So anyways, I told it like, to use the plugin which scans the news from the last 7 days, see what's relevant, and then gives me the brief. And look at this. It scanned them like 17th to 23rd of 26, and it tells me what is the news, what happened, why it matters. It gives me content, angle, and it gives me the best platform to post it on. And it also gives me sources, right? By the way, every week I'm dropping new newsletter on the most important AI/business changes that happen in the last 7 days. So if you want you can join us for free and hope to see you there. And look at this, it gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 ideas from one prompt. And then I told it like, okay, create me 2 Facebook posts and 1 email for this voice. And then it did it. Look at this. It gave me like a short. This is another skill. So this is what I like about like Claude Cowork and plugin. It can evoke different skills and different things, take context. So first I took skills and plugin from the news cycle. Like I have explained what I'm looking for, how and how to deliver. And then this is totally different one to talk in my voice and to create content as I like. So it created 2 Facebook posts. One is like shorter, 200 to 300 words, and another one is longer, 500 to 700. Also what I like, and look at this, it gives me 3 headlines and 3 CTAs, basically, also as part of it. And again, look at this. Then I was like, okay, now create me an email. Now, another thing that I'm pretty blown away is that you can be like, okay, I don't like this, I want you to improve it. And you don't need to prompt, you don't need to do anything. Like Cowork and plugins actually, like Claude does it for you. So all of the plugins that I created, actually Claude, well, we created it together. I tell it what I want and maybe give it context and sometimes my data, but it does the building. That is another amazing thing. You don't need to actually be even good at prompting. So look at this, it gave me email, and again, it was like 80% there. So I wrote my own, I corrected it, and I was like, okay, compare your email with mine, tell me what's different, and then update your skill on writing. And look at this, it was like, okay, this is what I did, this is what you did, and then it went and it fixed itself. Look at it. Now, I showed you the news plugin. This is how I built it. I was like, I want new news plugin. This is my main content. I gave some prompts and some stuff, and it was like, okay, great, I created a plugin. So it does everything by itself. It does ask you questions. So here's another like meta example. I was like, okay, this is crazy. I want to create like 100 plugins because they're super useful. Might as well create plugin for plugins, right? So last week, as I was like creating one plugin, then another, I had that realization, like, might as well create plugin that creates plugins. So I did. And look at this. As I told him, like, okay, I want this AI news plugin. Can you help me? And then to build that plugin, it loaded the plugin creator, which is the plugin that I built. Too many plugin words at the same sentence. And then it asked me a couple of questions. And based on my answers and my preferences, it just builds it. And look at this. This is Claude plugin, skills that it uses, and everything here. And I just save it, right? And this is like my back and forth. And it created that plugin for news that I showed you. And I want to show you another one. So I was like, I am starting to do more and more YouTube. So I told it, I want to create skills and plugin that take raw idea or transcript and package it into YouTube video that get clicks, right? And honestly, this is one of the most mind-blowing plugin use cases. Don't mind this context, I gave it a lot because I did a lot of research. But let me show you the output. So we went back and forth. And now when I come and I can give it like, either ask it for topic or give it. And look at this. So first it built me this, like it gives me topic and angle. Then it gives me like 5 different headlines based on what I uploaded. So these are all different skills working together. I had skill for headlines, skill for angle, skill for hooks, skill for thumbnail. So it evokes like 4 different skills. And look at this. Again, it gives me headlines, 5, then thumbnail concepts. It gives me 3 concepts that I can use. Then it gives me full hooks and different variation of the hooks for my YouTube videos. Like you can imagine how much time this alone saves me. I used to have like 4 or 5 different custom gems to build this. And before that, before AI, like I didn't even have that. And now one plugin does all of it. And it probably saves me like at least 2 to 3 hours a week just on this, just this one plugin, if not more. And then video 2, all the same things. And it can carry a lot of like context. Look at this. It actually gave me, I think 6 videos or 7 with everything, like 5 headlines per video, 3 thumbnails per video, hooks. And I was like, that's not enough. Let's add outline as well. I want outline for my videos. And I fed outline from some viral creators, and it updated the plugin and the skill. And now look at this. It also gives me like after the hook, then it gives me like, okay. And I think I wasn't happy with the initial one. Let me see. Yeah, so I was like, fix it. That's another thing. If it does not work the way you want it, you can literally fix it and actually tell it to fix itself. I was like, no, this is bad. I want more in-depth. And then it fixed the outline. And look at this. Now, when I come and I'm like, oh, this is the topic, create me videos, it does everything for me. And you can see how much time you can start saving with it. Now, another crazy thing, which honestly I still haven't used to this day as much, is that those plugins can also call your MCPs and basically different tools. Now, another pretty powerful thing is that Claude actually gives you, I think, 12 pre-built plugins that you can just add. But again, I just started building my own. Look at this. I have my newsletter, post, YouTube packager, content repurpose, my plugin factory. What is this one? Yeah, my entire content system, content creation. Like, look at this. All of these different plugins are saving me so much time. And honestly, if you ask me, is this worth 20 bucks? It's worth much more. Like, I would hope Anthropic isn't listening to this. I would pay 50, 100 bucks or more for this because it's that powerful. And I'm using the smallest, like $20 plan. So if you're thinking like which AI is probably worth paying for, currently my number one choice would most likely be Claude. So should you upgrade? I don't know, I cannot tell you, but again, I'm blown away by Cowork, by plugins, and currently it's my most used AI in the last week or so. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I want to show you how you can create custom GPTs to get at least 50 leads every single week to your business, so check this one out over here.